So I'm in the middle of doing an upgrade. I've added a second Lynx distributor due to the fact that I've got to add an extra 50mm cable to my multi-plus inverter charger because I was experiencing a bit of voltage drop. Now I'm on lithium. I've got the two lithiums in place, as you can see, both 560 amp hours. I was going to go for a 95mm cable from the Lynx up to the multi-plus, but I've been let down by a supplier who sent me through a cable that was too short for the positive side and a cable that was above 95mm thickness for the earth side, the negative side. But I'm going to add an Orion XS to my DC to DC charger, and I've got to wire up my 360 watt panel to the other controller, so I needed some extra space, and rather than go for the power in, I paid the extra money, went for a second Lynx distributor. I've added my power disconnect up there straight to the bus bar, and my smart shunt is straight into the bus bar. Nice neat finish. I've got a 400 amp fuse there supplying, protecting the batteries. 300 amp fuses on each one of the 50mm legs. Just in the process of wiring that through to the multi-plus. But in a way, although it's more wire rather than one single cable, it actually gives me more capability with the cabling, and also fusing it separately as well gives it extra protection. So that's what I'm in the middle of doing at the minute. I've already done the upgrade little hack where the RG10 cable that comes in here, I've spliced that into a Cymex 12 volt to 5 volt feed, so when I've got it all connected, these fuses should light up. I need to get an extra cable just to link the two from there to there so that they all light up eventually, but I won't get around to that today. But yeah, that's the upgrade I'm doing at the minute, and I'll touch back once I've got it all connected and put back. So a little tip, when crimping these cables, when I first got this hydraulic crimper, I found that it wouldn't do very good crimps, and then what I did is I tried putting in the smaller ones. So if you look, I've got, where does it say it? You can just see it there, 35mm. I'm using 50mm cable, 50mm by 8s, but by using the 35mm crimper, you can see that gives me a perfect crimp, and that's well solid, that's never going to come off. So I'll add a bit of heat shrink on that, and then what I'm doing is I'm connecting extra cables up onto my multi-plus. I'll have to clean it out because it's got so much dust on it from the dogs, but I'm running extra cables. I mean, you'd think these were thick enough, but they're not. So I'm doubling those up, and then that should be the end of my problems with low voltage on the inverter. So the beauty of Victron products, they actually give you two terminals. I'm sure I read in the manual somewhere they actually spec 2 times 50mm cables, and as you can see, they've got the slots for 2 negative, 2 positive, and they run straight from my Lynx distributor now. So I'm well over spec on the cable. Just quickly rig up that's my switch for my trickle charge to my starter battery. So I'll get all this put back together and switch it on and see if we go pop. So I've done my UBEC hack, basically, which is the original data cable comes with an RJ10 end, and you solder in the UBEC, which is basically a bit of circuitry to convert 12 volt down to 5 volt, and you place that into the port. See if I can get it. It's very hard to see on here, but basically I'll plug that into there, daisy chain off the next one to there. It's powered from this point up here, positive and negative supply. and then when I get that all in, my bits should light up. So yeah, let's see if I can get that working. So I've got the UBEC all wired in. I've just got to neaten those cables. I've put in the other RJ10 cable, daisy chained to the second Lynx distributor. So I'm just about to turn the power back on just to check. So you might see it all light up. Well, there you go. So all the power's come back on. So this distributor's green because all the fuses are in there and connected. And on here we've got the 3 red lights because there's nothing actually connected across those poles yet. They're 3 spare ports. I should be using a couple of those. But if I was to just put fuses across, it would turn those lights off. But that's a successful hack. I've not seen any video on YouTube yet where anybody's daisy chained Lynx distributors and got this hack working, so I wasn't 100% sure as to whether I needed to put another UBEC on the other side, but I figured out that because they're daisy chained, this UBEC powers up through that slot next to that fuse where the RJ10 cable goes in, and then it powers through the other RJ10 cable from distributor to distributor. So my theory was correct, and now it's all up and running, all working, and I can put it all back together. So I'll put the covers back on now, and I'll just switch it back on, and there we go. So the centre light is showing that there's a fault, and then the other 3 that aren't fused are lit up. The one that is fused is showing that the fuse is fine, and on this side the green light is on. Ooh, there you go. It's not quite lined up for some reason, and all the other lights are out. So if I ever have a fault, those red lights will signify that there is a blown fuse on one of the boards. And like I say, once I add the other ports and fill them all up, I'll put a blanking fuse across to turn it all green. But yeah, that was very worthwhile doing. Bit of a faff messing around, disconnecting everything, moving everything over, but to get my 2 Lynx distributors in, now everything's powering up. I've just got to put my solar on actually, but now everything's powering up. My servo will come up and say, oh, beep beep alarm if you've disconnected your power. But yeah, very well pleased with that. And my two 560 amp hour dusty Fogstar drifts have given me bundles of power. Here goes the servo now, letting me know. But yeah, very pleased with that, and another job off the list.